You can talk to me though, because you can mute your mic, but not on Discord.
Hello, hello, hello. It is race day. It is Big 20 day. Hello, everyone in chat. It is I, Apollo 22237, all the numbers if you would like. We are less than 1 hour, as you can see by this timer, away from Big 20 number 15, which is the second People's Choice race. And we're gonna be talking a little bit about the goals, talking a little bit about the runners. We have some fun things to go over, but we just want some entertainment before it gets started. But I also want everyone to say hello. I have joining with me today, I have global Twitch mod MC Aaron Ice. Aaron, how are you doing today? What is up?
I'm good.
I'm
ready for some Big 20.
Ooh, yeah. How you feeling about, like, you know, we've been seeing a lot of streams for a while. I know all around the Twitch landscape, people have been practicing. How do you feel? It's gonna be a good event, I think.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a fast event too. A lot of these games that we saw in Big 2013, there's a lot of repeat runners, and so I think, you know, some of that practice is definitely going to pay off. No one came in completely blind to most of these games.
Yeah, I think
you have different goals.
That is true. That is something that's very different about this race versus basically anything else that that Big 20 has done. That a lot of these games are just a repeat from, like, pretty soon ago. Like, it was just basically a couple of years. So I think that's one of the reasons why we already have I think we have over 70 racers already signed into the race room. So that's exciting. And we have just about an hour left until the race, so that number is going to keep going up. So
yeah, we are at 81.
81. Holy cow. Okay, I like it.
An hour to go.
That is awesome. That is awesome. So, you know, I guess the best way to go about this, you know, like I said, we got 58 minutes left. Let's spend a few minutes on, like, each of the goals, and let's just start going at it.
Yeah, let's get familiar with what we're gonna see.
Okay, so let me just stop this real quick. So we got game 1. So game 1 is Super Mario Bros.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it. Yeah, this is the one that's the weird one that, like, no one ever heard of before.
Yeah, this is a ROM hack, I think.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, it must be. I think we might have been. It was made specifically for this event, you know. But the goal for this game is going to be beating World 5-4, which is kind of different, a little interesting. It changes it up a little bit from maybe a normal route one would go in, like an 80% or something like that.
Yeah. Do you think the runners know that you can warp? Or you think some people will just do warpless through World 5? I
mean, honestly, if someone were to do warpless, that would, I think we would give them some time back on the run, right? I mean, that would be pretty swag.
You get a swag star.
Swag star. Okay, I like it. But it should be.
If anyone's doing this, if there's a runners here today who don't know you can warp, I would look that up really quickly, because you're going to waste some time.
Yeah, so there's a couple warps. There's the normal one. There's not going to be any of the crazy, like, we're not going to be wall clipping or anything like that. But you got to go, as Overswarm said, you have to hear it go doot doot doot. So make sure you go in the warps. And there is a continue code too that is allowed to use, if, you know, just in case someone has some early race nerves or something like that, to get it going. And so that's game 1.
Anyone has experience running this game before, you know, the first half is the same if you've done any percent before. So it's mostly World 5 that would be new to anyone who's done any percent. And there's a lot of, you know, bullet bills, pits to fall into, things like that. But I don't think people have too much trouble with it.
Yeah, no, I think it'll be okay. There's one little spot that could be a little rough with a floating platform that's gonna be in the back.
Floating
of
platform, minds, you get a rogue bullet bill, slow speed jump. That's probably your biggest concern, but you're not going to lose too much time if you die. It's going to be all right.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Free continues too. So.
Yeah, we're good to go. And, like, once that's over, everyone will get that first game out of the way, and then we'll have game 2, which is Ninja Gaiden. And so this was in the race last time, the Big 20 13, and it was a full game, and it was the last game, and so that was like. We heard a lot about it. It was a tough one. It was a fun one, but a tough one. It made the end of the race really interesting. But this one's actually going to be a little bit shorter of a goal. It's going to be beat stage 4-4.
And you would say that skips most of the harder parts of the run, right? I mean, this is kind of the warm up part that you get to do this time. So
Yeah, I say like this gets like right before it gets like super difficult, and then yeah, as like Mythical talked about too, where this was like the voting, because like the voting was a big part of how these games got chosen, and like this had some of the most votes for being in the race. This also had some of the most votes for being removed from the race. So this is hopefully was a happy medium for some people, and like I said, it's just a great game. So
anybody returning from Big 2013 is going to be good to go because they practice this plenty.
And so like, for the most part, there's a lot of tech to do some like optimize your time, save some time here and there, but there's going to be some constant decision making, and you're going to want that spin slash for a little bit of it at the very least. But once we get through that stage 4, we got a game. One of my personal favorites for sure. We have Mega Man, and with a goal that's super interesting too. Something that I really enjoyed the concept of. So it's gonna be basically you're gonna be beating 3 stages, and so going into it, I don't think it was known exactly what 3 stages were gonna be chosen, but I think for the most part now. You're gonna see a lot of people go to you're gonna be going some bomb into Gutsman into Cutman. Some people might be starting at like Guts then Cutman still as well.
Guts and cuts.
Guts and cuts. Zips are allowed, but for the most part, I think with like the fastest route, you're actually not gonna see zips really, which is it's just the way it kind of shook out with like some safety and some speed. So
will we see the magnet beam? I guess we won't see the magnet beam if people are skipping Lekman, right?
Yeah, not really. Like there is a possibility that someone again, you're gonna get some points if you go get that magnet beam just to do it for stream. Just don't be Endy, and then you'll be good to go.
Well, that's going to be interesting because the game any percent run consists so much of the magnet beam, so to see a run without it, it's a nice little change of pace.
Yeah, it is, and it allows runners too to just kind of choose how they want to finish the goal instead of having to beat everyone. Like just do a comfy route. That's all that matters. And so yeah, so that'll be Mega Man, and then so game 4 is the first one that we're talking about that is actually new to this list. And so Darkwing
dangerous.
Yeah, so let's get dangerous. And so Darkwing Duck, I will say, so the goal for this is 4 stages. So how it works is you get the first 3 stages, and everyone has to play through the first 3 stages. And then you're going to have a choice of which 4th stage you want to do. And so that there's some people will be going woods, some people are going to be going warehouse. What's interesting with this one that I found is like when practice first started, people were like, "This I don't like this game at all." And then as time has gone on, I've seen more people be like, "You know what? I actually kind of like this game."
The most often cited fact about this game is that it's the Mega Man 5 engine. It has even some of the same weapons. So I mean, if you like Mega Man, you'll like this game, and everybody likes Mega Man.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's just Mega Man into Disney Mega Man. So
and there's some interesting strats here with the arrow. You can do some risky jumps to use the arrow as a platform, and you do have to. There's some RNG with the drops, so you'll want to get. You could get a clutch health drop or a clutch gas drop at the right time can help you maybe play a little more risky, or you could also get screwed the other way around too.
Yeah, and look at that. We actually have in chat the actual game is here to celebrate being in the race. What's up, Darkwing Duck? So yeah, so this is 4 stages.
But it is you do also the first 3 stages you also choose as well. So you may see people choose different stages, but they'll all do the same 3 stages at the beginning.
Yeah,
and then that opens up 3 more stages, and that's when they'll pick. Maybe some people pick one versus another.
Yeah, I think for the most part there's 2 specific ones, but like any of the again, this is the people's choice race. The stages are the people's choice. So. And so once Darkwing Duck is done, we're going to get to 5, game number 5, goal number 5, and that is Star Tropics. Again, another new game.
Timer.
Another first timer into the People's Choice race. Really cool game. The goal for this is going to be Chapter 2, which is the octopus boss. I think it is a goal that's... Yes, gotta make sure, save the dolphin. We're saving the animals. And it's a goal that's been used in like other races before, because I think for this game it is a nice goal where you get a good sense of what the game is and what the game is like offering, without it getting to some of the super tougher parts, especially early on in this race.
Yeah, and this game especially is very linear, so you'll see pretty much everyone doing the exact same thing throughout. There is a little bit of, you know, maybe some RNG with the enemies trying to chase them around. That you can see the movement is very static. Like you can't, it's not very free flowing. You have to move along a grid. You can buffer your inputs and things like that. So I think most people you'll see the kind of a similar path for everyone here.
Yeah, that is going to be the biggest thing that saves kind of the most time is the ability to buffer your inputs as even how you see on the screen right now, just kind of like hopping around, being ready for the next. As you can see the character kind of like be already ready to go to the next direction as it's going. So
yeah, the octopus boss can also be kind of a pain for a normal player, but they're going to collect like a freeze snowman for some reason, but that will freeze the boss, so they'll actually probably make quick work of the boss as long as they freeze at the right time.
Yeah, and then once it freezes, once Octopus is down, that's the top 5 games. So what? Right now, chat, what do you think about these like top 5? All these are the shorter, maybe some of the shorter goals. Is there something that you think? Is someone going to get tripped up by one of these games? What do you think? By either runners or just the viewers? Anything that we should be maybe scared about? As we get ready for game number 6.
I don't think so.
Nah.
I think everybody's going to smooth sail in the first 5.
Smooth sail. There's going to be no mistakes at all. I trust. Right now, I think it sounded like we have 82 racers. All 82 racers, there's going to be 0 mistakes up to this point. So, I believe. And so then we're going to move on to the next part. Go. Game 6. We have Contra. Again, another goal that was shortened for this race compared to the last time it was in, which was it a full game? Beat the game in the last one?
Yeah, it was beat the game.
Yeah. So in this, the Konami code is allowed if you would like to use it. And the base 2 is the goal. So with that, actually what's kind of interesting when I've seen a little bit is that the ability to not just have spread, but you can like grab some laser and just like run through the bases with a laser. Like who doesn't like to see that? So
yeah, the spread is really beneficial for the later levels, but you can get away without it in the first one. So maybe depending where you die, you can see that it could be maybe more painful. The base levels get very slow if you lose out on your rapid fire. So you don't want an untimely death, but there's other places where death really doesn't hurt you at all.
Yeah, for the most part, that you are accurate in that, and I think it is just one of those games that, you know, obviously you don't want to die, but there's much worse games to die in depending on where you are, and like, you know, you don't want like you said, you don't want that spread in that base and then get that death. So
yeah, and we get to see waterfall. I mean, the waterfall route, it changes every year, and there's another new waterfall route. I don't know that anyone would necessarily go for it in this race, but you know, maybe Stance is the top level Contra player. Maybe he'll go for it.
Yeah, we definitely have some runners in this race that are have a little bit of experience with Contra, that's for sure. And talking about experience in games, you know, we have game number 7. A little bit of Batman.
Always a favorite.
Always a favorite. I don't even have to watch it. You just listen to it. That's all. Like, we don't even have to say anything. I'll just play the song and you'll be like, you're right, I want to see this game. But so this is beat stage 3, and it is the same goal as what occurred in Big 20 number 13. Again, sort of the reasoning is it's just, you know, it's a nice goal for you to get a good hang of the game without it getting too tough in like the beginnings of a race. What's really nice too is like, while some people will be trying to get some like early ammo drops and stuff like that and trying to manip like the very beginning, for some people that might not be like super necessary. And even if there's some mistakes happening, there's a lot of stuff that allows you can kind of like die in it early a bit in a level, and you can kind of just start that level like right there again. So there's going to be probably some intentional deaths too, just for safety.
Absolutely, because you can get your lives back, you get your health back, and I think it's about a 7-second loss or something to take a death. So I think we'll see that. But the drops you have to keep an eye on. Hopefully, you know, people get good drops. You need your weapons throughout. So if you're getting those point drops, that's no good. We don't care about points in speed runs.
I mean, you know, speak for yourself. Top scorer, gotta get the high score.
If you do get the high score, bonus point.
Bonus point. Bonus points. And you know, just one more statement about Batman, and I'm sure everyone will agree with me. Everyone hates the jumpers. Everyone hates the jumpers. But get past the jumpers, and then you're on to the next game, which is another newcomer, Crystalis. So, the goal for Crystalis, this is going to be get the Fire Orb. And again, this was a run that the route itself wasn't too different from what might be what's like a normal category, so like the 100% runs. But it's a little bit different, and also we're not letting any of those like crazy warps where you use like a second controller stuff be a part of this. So it's most part get through the game. There's some caves, there's some swamps to go through. There might be a little bit of grinding that you got to do, killing some enemies. So
yeah, there will be some farming, which I think that's unusual for a Big 20 game to have farming in it. So we'll see how much time people will want to spend leveling up. I assume that the more you level up, the less risky things become.
Yeah, a little bit, and then there's also other ways that you can kind of save yourself from a really big like incident happening. So like you can get poisoned, and then you're like, oh, this is not good. But there's like ways where you can kind of reset the game, and then it'll like forget that you had the poison, you get going again. Just a heads up though, there is a scenario where you can like reset the game and then it forgets your save file. So let's not see that today. Let's not see that today. But yeah, that's Crystalis again. Another new game into the list. We'll see how the racers and the viewers, you know, have responded to it. People have been liking it. I feel like that this is one that people don't see too much, and we have a little Super Mario Brothers playing already. That people haven't seen too much, and so there's gonna be some more blind playthroughs of this when this is all over. So, and spoiler alert, as you can tell from the music, next game is Super Mario Brothers 2. And so this one, like, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna say this is probably my favorite NES speedrun to watch. And I really enjoy that the goal with beating Claw Grip with one warp is going to allow us to see some stages that like sometimes we don't get to see.
Yeah, it's not quite a full warpless run, but you do get to see some of those extra stages. And Claw Grip's a really tough boss as well. He's the crab, but there is a new trick for defeating him easily. So you have to have some health when you get there. So we'll see. You could take an instant death if you want to try it again. We'll see how many people do that clip. I won't spoil what it is, but there's some ways to make it a little less risky with him throwing those rocks at you all over the place.
Yeah, I'll just say that the trick is pretty cool. I'll just say that.
Yeah. If you pull that off, you're a cool kid. Yeah, this will be cool because there's a lot of different characters to choose from. They all have their different abilities, and it's in some situations maybe one is ideal, but you're not necessarily going to save a ton of time because you use Toad versus Luigi on certain stages. So you may see a mix of what people do, what they're more comfortable with, which makes it such a great run. You can use any character and still get a good time out of it.
Again, back to the theme. It's the people's choice of what character you want to use. And then we're going to get to the 10th game, and then we'll get through the first half here. So 10th game is Blaster Master. And let me just swap over to that little hot music for that. So Blaster Master, this is one of the games where specifically for the most part we put in the set of goals that we did. It's actually the Japanese version, and it's beating Area 3. And so part of that is that it allows some unlimited continues to make it a little bit better. But this is also a fun one that is a newer game included in this list versus number 13. And so it's exciting to see, and it's cool that like you get a kind of couple different playstyles in this, where you get like in the video that we're watching right now, you get your little cart that you're driving along, but then you can like jump out of it too. You're using your little guy, and then
yeah, it switches more
overhead
like
too.
Top down, any like Legend of Zelda NES type of viewpoint. You can run around shooting your gun. You will see a lot of pausing in this game. If you pause, you can see that it just kind of immediately scrolls the screen, so they don't have to sit through the screen scroll. But they do have to sit through the boop 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 boop. So you'll get used to that sound of watching this game.
Can you do that again? Bloop bloop. Thanks. Thank you. So everyone remember that one. That's going to be on the test later. And so there it is. There's the top 10. First 10. Beginning 10. First half games of the Big 20. Anyone have a favorite out of those 10? Any of the new games? Any of the known games? What do we think? Baloop, Baloop. Baloop, Baloop. And yes, I was getting right into that, DH Thumb. So after something that we've reminded the racers about too is like, so in between each game, we normally do a 30-second kind of break. And the reasoning for that is sometimes it's easier for like an emulator maybe to load up a game versus like an EverDrive or a Power Pack or something loading a game. And so that could cause like some sort of time discrepancies. So we do a 30-minute break in order to kind of keep it even for everyone.
30-second?
30-minute? Yes, 30-minute break. You got to stop for 30 minutes in between each game. 30-second break.
Race today, guys.
Long race. 30-second break. But for the first time now, in between Blaster Master and Kid Icarus, so halfway through, there's going to be a 2-minute break. Just to get the stretching going a little bit. And then also, as you'll see in the goal, there's a password that's going to be put in for Kid Icarus, so it allows a little bit extra time for the password too, so everyone's not panicking too much about it. So
I'm telling you, that's a big password. I think that's going to eat up a lot of someone's 2 minutes. If you want a bathroom break there, you better have practiced that password entry. That's for sure.
I mean, you got to if you want to place well, you got to practice everything, including those passwords.
Yeah, data entry, menu selection, that's all part of speedrunning.
It is. There's a lot of those. There is a lot of those. So yeah, so let's talk about Kid Icarus now that we talked. So there is a password. And so the password for this is going to bring you right to stage 3 or world 3. So you're kind of skipping that beginning part of it, and you're going to have a little health, and you get right to this like climbing stage here, which is kind of nice. I'm dancing a little bit in my seat over here listening to this music. But it's nice to have you be able to use a password to kind of get to a different part of the game that normally would have taken us a while to get to. And it allows like the racers and the viewers to be able to see a part of the game that maybe doesn't get shown in some other races and stuff. So
yeah, you can combine, if you did Big 2013 and then Big 2015, you can combine those two together, put together most of a full run.
Yeah, there are a lot of games like that where like there's been different parts of games here and there. So that is
one thing is different is in the goal for beating the boss at the end of level 3 is you do have to actually beat the boss. So in the speed run, they have a little clip, they get out of there, they don't even have to fight the boss. And the boss is no joke, especially if you're not going to be maybe fully leveled up to do as much damage. He's just a little bubble floating around, but he's wily. Like he'll make it tough on you. You may see some deaths there.
Yeah, I do think that this is possibly one of the scarier games, just because there is so much that could go wrong, even though you've practiced it. Like,
yeah,
there can be a little nerves.
This
nerves.
is like Waterfall in Contra on these platforming levels. The screen scrolls up, it doesn't go back down, so you could fall off the edge of the stage pretty easily. There's an item you can get to save you if you fall off, but that's only one time, so you need to watch out. And one bad death, I mean, you can go all the way back to the last door at the beginning of the level, one or the other. So you could lose a lot of time with a bad jump. And the game's got the controls are, it's a polarizing game, I would say. I don't think that everybody loves this game.
I would agree with that. But you know who's going to love it? The viewers are going to love it.
I love it because I don't have to speedrun it, so I love it.
And that's game 11. And then we're going to move on to game number 12. And that is The Legend of Zelda. And so this one too is an interesting goal where it's second quest, getting 4 Triforces, and then up an A is allowed. So this is like the first second quest goal that's been in a Big 20. And I think when that was announced, people were like, oh boy, what does this entail? But it's allowed people to go into dungeons in like what order you want and stuff to get these 4 Triforces. And there are some tough parts for sure, but I think as people have been playing through it, there's a lot to learn about the game, and so like the more people have played through it, the more everyone's learned about it for sure. I mean, especially,
I know we're all NES experts here, but maybe worth just stating what second quest even means, because I think back when this game came out, I didn't understand what it meant. When I started up the game in second quest, and I was like, what the heck's going on? None of the map doesn't match up at all. But you can, if you beat the game, you get second quest, or you can put your name in as Zelda and start on second quest, and it's basically the overworld is the same, but the entrances all lead to different places. So the palaces are in new locations, the shops are in new locations. So it switches up the game a lot, which is pretty amazing for the time period when this game came out.
Yeah, that really is cool when you just think about it, like how old this game is and what that kind of brought to it. Like, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, they probably fit this thing on like, you know, the tiniest little memory chip that they had at the time. They fit in two games of it. It's amazing.
It is amazing. It is. I see that, Dan. I see that, Dan.
This is gonna be a pretty tough tough game for most people. Even the best players, this is a tough game. You're gonna be playing with 3 or 4 hearts probably the whole way through, and you can die very easily. Bombs are a necessity. You can run out of bombs very easily as well. You'll see some pro players like Lack Attack. You know, he can keep a count in his head of the forced bomb drops, which is going to be a huge advantage to be able to do that, because if you can see, you can wipe out rooms very quickly with a good bomb drop, and if you don't, you're taking off those Dark Nut guys one at a time. It can be a painful experience and a risky one because you might die.
Yes, and that is the ultimate risk in this. But I have confidence that we've learned a lot about this game. The races have learned a lot, so it's going to be nice to see everyone get through this goal for sure.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a big moment in the race. That's my prediction. Watch out for this game. I think this is going to separate some people.
Some separation, some placement swaps. That I can definitely see that. And once those placement swaps might be done, maybe the separation occurs. Game number 13. We have DuckTales.
VOD muter.
I was like thinking about what are we playing here? What are we playing here so we don't get muted here? But so DuckTales is an any % goal. There's no like restrictions, so like that very first level, you got your moon skip is allowed. It's gonna be playing on the easy difficulty. I mean, you can play on any difficulty, but everyone's gonna be playing on the easy difficulty for the most part. You know, this is a game that like it's fun to play, fun to watch, but like don't like sleep on it too much, because like if you just like fool around on it and you're lazy, like there's no continues, and the checkpoints, there's not like many of them, so like something bad could happen if you're a little bit lazy. So
yeah, the top players, I think this is gonna be a breeze for them if they have a lot of experience with the game. People can get really consistent with this game. You know, where they're just dealing with seconds, not worried about what they're gonna finish or not. But if you don't have a lot of experience with the game, you run out of lives. That's bad news.
Yeah, luckily we're still gonna be seeing a lot of like, even though we said that, there's gonna be a lot of like some damage boosting going on, and just like it's one of those games where like as long as you're falling down, you're gonna be able to do damage to even like an enemy kind of above you. So you'll be seeing that a lot too.
Yeah, and you'll see the biggest difference will just be on the bosses, the RNG that they get on the bosses. So you might, you know, if there's a close race, we might be trying to see, you know, which way the boss moves or something. Save a second.
And so that's game number 13. We're gonna go game 14. The music started playing for me already. Sorry about that. So this is Battletoads, and the goal for this is it's beating Surf City, and it's like the 100% route. So there's gonna be no warps being taken. And so like even for like Arctic Caverns, there's like parts of it you can like a little bit of it that you can kind of like skip through or clip through, and we're gonna be seeing all the levels. And so
hold on a second. Now I recall that no one can beat the turbo tunnel. So how could there possibly be a goal that goes past that point?
Okay, so that's the exciting part about this race today, is that for the first time ever live, someone is going to beat the turbo tunnel. They're going to have to finish the race.
Wow,
so,
this must be some sort of ROM hack. I'm amazed.
I mean, it's going to be great to see. Like, there's going to be articles written about whoever beats the turbo tunnel today.
Yeah. And we're saying that in jest. The turbo tunnel is going to be a breeze for literally everyone who's practiced it. It's really not that hard. If you've never done the turbo tunnel, you should try it yourself. You'll find that it's not so bad when you you know, have the time and you're not a kid anymore. The later levels are actually much tougher than the turbo tunnel. So, you know, you can have a whole new thing that's impossible to beat. Yeah,
no, honestly, like when this goal first came out, like Arctic Caverns was, you know, even me, like I wasn't planning on participating, but like I was like, ooh, this is gonna be tough to, like, for people to learn Arctic Caverns is pretty cool. So
yeah, and Battletoads, I mean, it's a tough game. There's not many people who are willing to speedrun it because it is so challenging, but we have, you know, Stans, Mexican Runner, and JC all in the Big 20, and they're all Battletoads experts. which is going to be pretty awesome. I think they're going to be able to make up some time on most runners in this game.
Yes, and one thing we want to mention too is like, so warps aren't allowed, but if something happens where like you game over or like a game crashes or something, that we are allowing warps to get back to like where you already have beaten. So like hopefully that doesn't happen.
No forward progress.
No forward progress, just to kind of regain some progress.
For you big sports heads out there.
Yeah. So that'll be Battletoads, and then game 15, Castlevania. So speaking of JC, Castlevania. So the goal for this, it's not quite the full game, but it's any percent. The goal is to beat death, and we are allowing the screen scroll glitch.
That's everybody's goal, if you think about it.
That's true. This is a life lesson for everyone.
It's good philosophical for a moment.
So
they are allowing the screen scroll glitch, which is going to be interesting. I really doubt that too many people have bothered to learn that, because it is kind of a particular glitch. But JC is, he is a kind of an expert in it. I would say probably one of the biggest experts in doing that glitch. So I think we definitely have to keep an eye on if anyone does get a scroll glitch in the run today. That would be a really exciting moment. There's a way to kind of trick the game with how it scrolls, and it basically starts scrolling bad portions of the game, and you can finish the levels earlier. It's very difficult to understand and explain, but if you see it, you'll realize it, because everything just looks wrong.
Oh, it looks very wrong when it happens. That is for sure. So it'll be interesting. So it's basically for this, it's 15 stages plus death. So every time there's like kind of a screen transition, like that number of stage goes up. And so that'll be the first. Now we got the first 15. Let's move on to that last set of 5 games, and we'll start with Little Samson, another password start game. So Little Samson, the goal for this is the final boss plus the floating castle. So it's on like normal difficulty, and there's a 4 character passwords that put in, and it gives all your characters max health, and also gives a potion. And there's like a secret final stage that like when people play on easy mode, you don't really get to see. So we're gonna be able to see it, and there's like a boss rush. So you get to do a boss rush, and then you can't have a racing event without an escape. So at the very end, you're escaping.
Yeah, this is this is a little bit like a Super Mario Brothers 2. You got 4 characters, they all have different abilities, but this one lets you switch anytime you want. So you can just hot swap. So you'll see the mouse for a lot of boss kills. It's got the bombs that do a ton of damage, like per frame. Get some really quick kills, but he doesn't have much health, so it's kind of risky as well. So it keeps the speedrun exciting.
It really does. It really does. And with, like I said, we're playing the groovy tune now, because we might not have the groovy tune at all during this whole race, which is honestly really sad to me. So, but once Little Samson's done, then we have another full game, which is Chip and Dale. Okay, this is the important question. Chip and Dale in chat. Who's picking Chip? Who's picking Dale? Choose Chip or Dale right now. Let me see it.
Are we Team Chip or Team Dale?
I'm liking. Okay. So this was a test. Anyone that said Chip in chat, not only are you getting banned from this channel, but I'm also removing you from the race if you're in the race room. So, GG. But
I'm a Dale guy. Chip's too serious.
Yeah, Chip is too serious. It's
life is fun.
It's Team Dale. Team Dale. It's choose Dale, never fail. That is more of the life lesson than beating death in Castlevania. So, but yeah. Anyway, so this is a full any percent goal. What's gonna be nice is with like that 30-second break in between. It's going to give everyone a chance to use the kind of locking the RNG by seeing the demo, like that intro demo, without wasting time like in between. So hopefully people can get it loaded up, lock that RNG, and know what's coming up.
Yeah, so everyone will have the same boss patterns, and they'll know what to expect if they practiced, and they'll be ready to go.
Wow, I'm seeing some Dale slander. Believe me, I'm remembering this. Okay. I'm
I opened
remembering
up a
this.
poll, and man, it is close right now. You guys
Oh,
gotta
there's a
get
poll.
your
I got to
vote
vote.
in.
I got to vote too.
It's tied right now.
It's
It's
still
50-50.
tied.
I mean, I can't believe it.
Oh no, no! What is everyone doing? You know what? I'm shutting down
Oh,
this channel.
the chippers are coming in strong. They're defending their boy.
They must be paying people to come in and vote for Chip. That's the only thing.
I haven't voted yet either. Hold on a second.
Oh, there we go. Okay, we're back to holy
Oh,
cow.
Dale's ahead.
Let's go. First to 50 wins. First to 50 votes wins. I don't know if we're gonna get that far. Oh wait.
It's got a timer on it.
Oh, I mean,
oh shoot! Oh, the
first
bots,
to 60.
bots.
First to 60
bots.
wins. First to 60 wins.
Well, the
Oh no, it's going.
bots have arrived.
First to 70. Okay, we're just gonna keep this poll open for the next 24 minutes until Dale is in the lead. Okay.
No, that was a trick because Dale's cooler because he's not the most popular choice.
True.
I mean, everybody loves an underdog.
Everyone loves the underdog stuff. Okay, that was good. That was exciting. So yeah, it's Chip and Dale. Everyone loves Chip and Dale. Chip and Dale's great. It's a great game. Everyone should learn. I mean, I haven't put in a run yet either. I should. So,
Yeah, there's not much to say about this game other than it's fun to play, fun to watch.
yeah. So then we're gonna move on. Then we're moving on. Game number 18, Zelda 2. Zelda 2. I've learned in the past few days. I've learned so much about this game. It is an interesting game. The goal for this is beating Palace 1, Palace 2. Up and A is allowed, and it's gonna be when that gemstone goes into the little statue headstone, dude. Yeah, no, there's people are gonna be taking different routes for how to level up their character, how to use their experience and stuff like that. It's gonna be really interesting to see.
And up and A, Mr. Host, what does that mean?
You just press up and A, and then it ends the game for you. You get to move on to the next game.
Oh, sweet.
Yes, absolutely.
So in Zelda 1 and Zelda 2, there's a second controller code that can quick reset. So if you see people basically resets are allowed, save and quits.
Yeah, it's basically just an easy way to do that.
So you'll see people warping back to that first palace many times.
Yeah.
I think most of the fastest runners are going to go candleless, so they're going to be running through the dark caves with no fear.
Yeah.
Other people might pick up the candle, just to be a little safer because you can't see the enemies, which could cause a problem. They're not going to have a lot of time to level up very much. So this game does have a level up mechanic that is based on experience points and choosing when you level up and what enemies you're going to fight. And you can also you can get a bonus with if you get a good potion, a drop, an XP drop bag. You can level up faster, but sometimes you can get potion drops that might mess you up a little bit. So, there's some little stuff to adapt to if you're working through the game.
It is. It's a game that you have to work through and just adapt to what happens. And like I said, I believe in you all. We're gonna get through it.
It is, it does have a save function, but if you game over, you're back to the initial palace where you start the game, and the second palace especially is no joke. It's going to be tough, and you have a limited number of lives, so you really don't want to make that walk of shame from the first palace all the way back to Palace 2. That would be really costly. So it's going to be a clench moment.
That would not be good. So, and yeah, that's game 18. We're almost at the end. We got 2 more left. 2 big games, big name games. So game number 19, we have Super Mario Brothers 3, another game that I've just never heard of before.
They made 3 of those.
I know. Imagine spending the money to make 3 Mario games. Crazy.
My gosh.
So the goal for this is to beat World 5 and World 6. So you're going to be seeing some whistle use at the beginning in order to get to World 5, but then you actually have to finish the castle and kill the Koopaling in World 5 and World 6.
Yeah, this goal is actually, just thinking 2 worlds, but it's actually it's a pretty long goal. It's going to take some time. Those are 2 pretty long worlds, a lot of levels, some forts. So you're going to see a lot of separation in this game with someone who has a lot of experience versus maybe someone who just had to pick it up just for this race.
Yeah, there is definitely gonna be big. This is one of those games where, like, with like the P speed stuff, like when someone does it really clean, it's like beautiful to watch. But there's like a lot of small intricacies that go into getting that really nice.
Right, we just watched that clip there of JSR like doing ballet through that level,
yeah,
using P speed and damage boost and things like that. If you take a wrong hit or something, you have to kind of go through there much slower. So anything can happen.
It's true. Anything can happen. And also, I want to point out, look at that timer in the bottom right corner of the screen. Less than 20 minutes from about the official race time. 1 p.m., 20 minutes. We will be starting to get going for this Big 20, number 15, People's Choice. And we've been talking about all the games here. And we got one more game to talk about. The finale. This game is, to finish a race with this game is going to be, it's going to be hype. Mega Man 2. And so the goal for this, it's Wily Fortress. So password, go right into Wily stages. No Robot Masters. We're going right into the Wily stages. Good luck. What do you think? What would you be afraid about? Last game, playing Mega Man 2. Are you nervous about some of these parts of this?
I mean, I'm not nervous because I'm a Mega Man expert and I've beat Mega Man 2 like once, so I would be totally chill. But these guys are going to be doing some stuff that maybe is a little bit more advanced, a little more hair raising. You can get yourself into some trouble fast with some of the damage boosts and things that they're going for to stay fast.
Oh, I gotta, yeah. Okay, I gotta interrupt real quick. That apparently the race room crashed, basically. There's too much hype for the race room. Like, there's too much of us.
Everybody's got to join again. Everybody's got to join the room.
So don't worry, we're not gonna like just start the race without people. Like, we're gonna get it going. This is why we're here doing the pre-show, to keep things going.
Everybody practiced for Big 20. Well, you just practiced joining the race, and now it's time for the real deal. And we got to speed run it. You've only got 15 minutes, so let's get going.
That's game 0 race room. But yeah, so while we're gonna have people working on that, I mean, I'll be paying attention to make sure.
We'll get everybody in there. If you guys are checking out on multiple tabs in some of your favorite runner streams, just let them know the new room's getting created. They'll be there in a second, and we'll get them the link so they can hop on in. We'll get everybody in. There'll be no problem.
Yeah,
We've done it once. They'll get it again.
We just want to see that number go up again. So yeah, there's the chat.
Here's the new link from JKL.
Yeah. Link is here. There's gonna be links put in a bunch of places. So
spread that around. Oh, look at now you can get the excitement. Everybody can click that link if you want to watch the numbers just grow here. We got 7, 8, 9. It's just flying up.
We have 10 racers. Woo!
Now, can we get a PB? Because it was at 92 in the other rooms. So let's see if we can get a PB. Let's try to get up to 93. Let's set a new one. So one thing about Mega Man 2, with the Robot Masters, is you skip the stages, but you still got to fight the robots. You still got to deal with them because there is a boss rush at the end.
Okay, we're growing. It's growing. 36. We're at 36.
You're in the right place. If you want to see the Big 20 race, you're in the right stream. This is it. You're going to see it right here. There's going to be a restream. Everybody's going to be on screen. You'll be able to track the race. You have expert commentary from experts at the games. Give you all the insights you need to know. Keep you up to date on what's happening, what to expect. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll see who can come out on top. But also, a lot of people they're not trying to win. They're just trying to have fun. And this is a fun thing. Anybody can join. If you didn't join this time, if you want to join a future race, just keep the lookout, follow the channel, join the Discord. There's usually 2 Big 20s every year. Keep an ear open, and you can join one yourself. Join along and play along.
Yeah, no, it's a fun time for sure. And like you said, this is the channel where we're gonna see everything. We got, if you look at the timer in the bottom right corner, we got about 15 minutes to like official race time, but we're just making sure everyone that wants to join is going to be able to join. We're not going to be starting without everyone ready. So in about 15 or so minutes, we'll be starting up the race on this channel. And And if you look now, we actually, it looks like, let's see, let's open up that channel. How many we got in the race room now? What's it looking like? 65, 66. It's getting up there. It's getting up there.
69. Nice.
Oh yes, so yes, Duckfist. So the password that's included in this, there are e-tanks that are included. So like people, if something goes wrong, there will be. Is it one e-tank or two? Actually, off the top of my head, I don't remember if it's one or two. But hopefully that saves from something really bad occurring. 2 e-tanks, yes. Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, no problem at all.
Everybody loves a good Mega Man 2 race, though. So hopefully it's a close race at the end. We get to see a bunch of people going after it. But like I said, this is a community event, so even the people who are maybe didn't get a lot of practice in, they're still joining the race. It's all about having fun, learning new stuff, sharing the experience together. So what are we looking at, Apollo? Do we want to look at what the maybe the top times?
Let's. You know what? Let's do some fun facts here. Let's do some fun facts. So as we're getting ready, and we have a little bit of time left for this. Let me swap some music real quick so we can talk about some fun facts for this race here. So there's been a lot of things going on. We have like a time tracker that goes through, like, people can put in what times they've gotten, their PBs, like their full runs. And there was also like an unofficial survey that went out that a few people answered as well. And so let's just go through some of the responses for this. So for the first thing, we had a survey, and you know, this is a list. This was like a people's choice. So the first one is like, how much do you enjoy the list? And so we had 37 responses to this. And for the most part, it looked like people liked it. It was mostly good. Some people thought it was even perfect. There was no awfuls. I love the no awfuls, because that, that's not fun if people are thinking a list is awful.
That's evidence that Chippendale 2 was removed. That got rid of that awful level scores right there.
That's true. That is one of the games that was removed, and from Big 20 number 13, there were a lot of people that wanted that Chippendale 2 removed.
Fan service.
So yeah, we're pie charting. We're looking at stats. We're analysts now. So that's looking nice. And again, remember, we got 10 or so minutes till the race. There's a new race room, so check links here. Check in the Discord. There's going to be new links to get into the race room, so everyone's ready to go. I'm just checking now to see what
we're up to 82. So there's 10 people who haven't joined the new one yet.
Yeah. And so then we'll look at what's the next question we asked? We asked, how much time have you spent in the Big 20? And so it looks like we have our options were 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, or 40 plus hours a week. So it does look like there's a wide variety of answers here. There's some people that have spent almost what it looks like is like a full-time job on this, and then there's some people who've been just like learning as they go along, and everyone has different responsibilities and stuff too, and people are playing this for different reasons as well. Just for fun, maybe a blind race, or like really putting in time to push themselves to see how well they can do.
And they've known about this, it's been, 6 weeks?
Yeah.
So over 200 hours of practice.
That's a lot of practice.
Yeah, especially if maybe some of these people already knew a lot of these runs to begin with. So, I mean, you can just imagine the skills that they're honing in that time.
Yes, absolutely. And so I think somewhat similar to like how much time per week is being spent, there was a question on, I think it's this one, which is, okay, so what we did 6 weeks for the practice time, and it definitely a little bit longer than maybe the normal, like there's been 4s, there's been 5s. And so like there's a question here that like, how much would you prefer to have before a Big 20, between 4 and 8? And there also is a wide variety of answers, and I think again it depends on like how do you want to play this, like how much time do you want to put in? Do you want to like get too burnt out? Do you want to just like play little by little? So
that chart looks very similar to the amount of hours spent practicing.
It's true. There's probably...
It looks like the people who spent the least amount of time practicing are also looking for the shortest amount of time to play. I mean, just looking at the percentages.
Yeah, no, I would say so. There is probably definitely, if a Venn diagram of the answers were made, I could definitely see what you're going for there. And so our next question that was asked, so this one, it might be a little tough to see, but like, this is what are your 3 most favorite games? And so this is showing from 1 to 20. What's kind of interesting about this is that, it's not definitely a direct correlation, but what's really nice to see, it almost looks like that the games at the bottom of the list, which would normally be the longer goals, people seem to kind of like better, which is a good sign. You don't want those longer goals to be games that people just straight up don't like. And yeah, we're back to 90 racers. Again, we got about 10 or so minutes for the race. Get into the race room, check Discord, check the stream here. And yeah, we
just, you know, it's clear this is by the runners that put these votes in, right? So they may they're looking at it from a speedrunner perspective, not necessarily like which game they just love as a game.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, and again, this is only 37 responses too. This is just like a small sample size. There's going to be a lot of us watching this. While I was watching this, there's going to be people commentating, there's going to be people playing. So like everyone has different opinions on the different games, but this is cool little, just some cool fun facts to share before we get ready for the race here. And so similar to this, we actually have a list of runners' least favorite games. And actually, look at that number 3.
I told you it was polarizing.
It's polarizing. That is for sure. So there's some. It looks like some of those middle of the list games are the ones that are some people's least favorite. So hopefully, once some of those people get past that middle of the list, they'll be good to go for a strong finish. And nobody hates Mega Man 1, which is nice to see. So that's, kind of cool little info. Let's see what else. What else we got here? What else do we have here? Oh, okay. So we made a little word cloud here of people were asked who do they think is going to win. And so someone cheated because if you see, there's Pika, and then also Pikachu, and then Pikachu, and then also Pikachu, and then Pikachu. There's some lack name there. There's a little couple prissy names. Cool kids on there. There's an I don't know. There's a, let's say, empty eye. We got someone who practiced a lot, someone I don't know. Honestly, this one right here in the middle, it's kind of small. It's the friends we made along the way. I think in the end, that's the real winner. That's the real winner.
So I got to ask chat. I mean, chat, who do you guys think is going to win? Not necessarily who you're rooting for. Maybe a different answer, but who do you think is going to win? Do we have a consensus?
The friends.
I think there's quite a few people in the running this year.
I see. We're looking at chat. There's some different names. I like it. I like the names in here.
Yeah, I mean, all the viewers are winners.
True. I'm the winner.
That's the real answer.
Yeah, there we go. I'm the winner. Just for you. Honestly, you know what it is? Aaron's the winner for getting able to speak with me. He's the real winner.
Wow, so humble.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, so we're talking about who does everyone think is going to win. Let's look at some actual stats for it. So we have, like I said, the time tracker, and it allows us to kind of look at some of the average times and some top 10s. So we have a sheet here. It allows us to look through just what game, who the best time of someone who entered in a time is for this, and then what some of the medium and average times. So we can get it. You can look and see someone like Stans has a few games where they had a really good time. Someone like Overswarm, someone like Lack Attack, Prissy. But what's also really interesting to look at the difference between the best time and that median/average time, and you can see where someone has a really high advantage over maybe some of the rest of the field.
Yeah, exactly. You look at Mario Brothers between best time, median time. I mean, we're talking, a razor's edge there, and even Ninja Gaiden. But when you go down the list, and you could see in Legend of Zelda, so there's a 5-minute difference between the best time and the median time. And that's why some of these games are going to be a huge swing if you get lucky and have the skill along to go with it.
Ooh, and looking, we have 97 entrants right now in the race room. 97. We're so close. There's 3 more, right? There's got to be 3 more. 3 more. So yeah, this is really interesting to see, and let's actually bring up
look at those big gaps too at the end there. Zelda 2. Mario 3 and Mega Man 2 all have those huge gaps. So we're going to see those top runners pulling away at the end, I think.
There might be some definite opportunities for someone to make some separation near the end.
So if you're not sure who you're going to root for or who you're going to put your money on, we have a top 10 list here.
We do.
Can help give you some insights on maybe who may be able to pull this off. These are the top times that they submitted. So it's not necessarily in a full run. or anything like that. But these are the top practice times. These are the people that want to keep your eye on. They've shown that they've put the times in, and to be a top contender.
Yeah, and like someone too that like so we're looking at that maybe that sub 3 hour time from the last Big 20 number 14. I was able to watch a lot of like Oopla too. Like Oopla's a strong runner as well. We got some big like even like without looking at this top 10, like I can just scroll down this list and there's just so many names on this list. And you know what? Part of that's really cool with like I've been able to follow so many new people that like I hadn't followed their streams before. And so like I'm glad so many people have been playing, so many people have been submitting their times. Like I've been able to meet so many new people throughout this, which is really cool.
Keep in mind this is so these best times don't have the swap times built in, so the final time is going to be much higher than this, but that at least gives you kind of a breakdown of where people are looking at if they're playing their best today. Hopefully they get a PB today after all the practice.
Yeah, some PBs today would be really nice. And ideally what'll happen too is like as we get into the race and when the race is over, we're going to be doing anyone that sticks around for the whole time, which I hope everyone does. There's going to be some like interviews for like winners and some of the other people, anyone that wants to jump in. And we also have, I guess we can talk about, since we're only a few minutes away from us kind of getting ready here. Should we talk about who's going to be starting off on commentary? I think we can talk about that because there's some big names.
You thought the runners were exciting. Wait till you hear the commentators.
Yeah, so we got two commentators starting off, and we have Mythical 9, and then Blexor. So we got Blecky. That's commentating legends right there.
Sit back, put your headphones on, just relax to the calming, soothing tones of Mythical and Blecky. I mean, can you name a better combo? I can't.
I mean, it would be really hard to do that. So that's like, it's going to make it that much better to watch this race. The amount of time people put in, the amount of racers there are, and then put Mythical and Blecky on top of that. Imagine going from us to that. Oh, how great.
Well, I think it's going to make it sound even better.
It's true. We did this on purpose. You're welcome.
Lower the bar.
You're welcome. Oh man. So let's see. We got 2.5 minutes. Like, is everyone excited? Type 1 if you're excited. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, give us the big 1 in chat if you're
excited.
Give
us the big 1 in chat.
Those are just the first 2 commentators, by the way. There's going to be others. There's going to be some surprises.
There will be some surprises.
You're going to hear for some experts for sure.
Yeah. And we got 98 entrants. And again, we got 2 minutes left. And we're gonna stick with you.
There's 2 people watching right now who want to join. You got 2 minutes. You can join. You can put it to 100. Go in blind. It won't be that hard.
Okay, I was just checking on how we're looking for the actual start. So 2 minutes left of Apollo. You're welcome, everyone. You're welcome. This will be good, right? I'm excited. Like it's been great to like just log onto Twitch and just see NES stuff. Like so much of it. So
and chat, you can participate as well if you've got your favorite streamers up on another device and another tab. You're keeping tabs on where they're at in the race. If they're doing something interesting, let us know in chat. Let everybody know what's going on. Keep in touch with everybody so we don't lose any runners along the way. We want to know who's up at the top at any moment and keep track of everyone. It's 100 people to keep track of, so you can participate as well.
And again, real quick, we have the big announcement. We have hit 100 entrants into the race. 100 entrants into Big 20 number 15. That is
claps in chat.
That clap. Let's let any sort of claps. Give the Aaron claps too. If you got the MCA claps, give the MCA claps. That's the MCA drink. MCA claps. Well done, everyone.
All right, it looks like it's about time to go. Do we have the mainstream ready? Are they ready for us?
I need to check. I don't want to quite cut till we're ready. Let's see. What are we thinking? What are we thinking mainstream? I know there's a little bit of a last minute swapping of rooms, but
They're scrambling. They're ready. They're scrambling.
there's a lot of scrambling going on, so
You know, this people restreaming. They've got the they got nerves to deal with too.
yeah, I do want to call out. We've been calling out commentators, racers, and whatever. Like, I think, yeah, real quick before this starts too, between Overswarm, Motherbrain, Lack Attack, JKL is doing a lot of the restreaming, and like that's a lot of work. Like, everyone needs to give it up for the whole staff period, but like for today,
Yep.
JKL is doing a ton of work in the background as well.
Yeah, big ups to the Big 20 staff, best of NES staff who've put all the time and effort in to kind of coordinate this and get this race rolling and support everybody throughout the way.
Yeah, tech hype. Everyone loves the tech hype.
We've reached the countdown upward clock.
The countdown upward clock. You know what? What we're gonna do is we're gonna do this. So we're just gonna hang with it. The race is just about this.
Text like starting soon, because soon.
Oh, okay. True. Oh, you're putting me on the spot. on.
Let's see how well.
Harding.
This new
Harding's,
OBS.
yeah, new OBS.
Harding tune.
Let's get rid of some of these responses here.
All right, we heard you guys who you think is gonna win. Who are you rooting for? Who's your faves? Who's your faves running today? They don't have to be someone who's gonna necessarily get first place, but there's someone you like watching for the last 6 weeks, watching their practice, keeping you entertained.
Okay, so we've
Yeah, mix
gotten
of people.
we've gotten the go ahead. Everyone's ready. Everyone's putting names in the chat, and so we're gonna end this. I'm gonna sign off. Aaron, thank me. Yeah, thank me for letting you to join. Thank you for joining me. This was really fun. I hope to.
Well, thanks to you, clearly.
Yeah, thanks to me. Thank you for everyone in chat. Get the hype going. We're gonna do a countdown, and just so everyone knows that the stream is gonna swap really quickly. Don't worry. Just if needed, you could refresh, but it should be good to go. Let's go. We're gonna go 10. Everyone in chat, count down with me. 10, 9, 8, 7.
Everyone, good luck.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.